We have a gentleman now who knows Dr. Masters in a different way than many of the people here, and he has consented to come up and say a few words, so please make welcome Mr. Dean Salimos, Esquire.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, graduates and metaphysicians. I'd like to give you some of my personal comments and highlights that I had the good fortune of experiencing with Dr. Masters over the past approximately 20 years. In the overall metaphysical context, I've grouped it into various categories. One is light. 50 years ago, Dr. Masters was the illumination and or torchbearer of metaphysics as we know it today through this ministry. But in parallel to that, in the ancient Greek teachings in the metaphysical context and in the mythological scheme, there was Prometheus. Prometheus, as many of you know, brought fire, illumination, and light to the world. Well, in this context, Dr. Masters is doing that for us nationally and internationally. And it is because of this light that he's bringing that humanity is really beginning to purify themselves in the metaphysical teachings and beliefs and practices of the organization. Dr. Masters is the beginning and the end of the metaphysical concepts today because he has popularized the benefits of metaphysics nationally and internationally, and he's continuing to do so. In the world of metaphysics, there is opposition, there is misunderstanding, but despite that, Dr. Masters has had the courage to continue to teach and to develop and to provide the learning and through the school and the beliefs and practices that he believes are for the benefit of humanity and the world in general. And I really appreciate that, and it's helped me understand him, the teachings, and really given me an advantage in understanding metaphysics and how it can benefit all of us and the world today. The overall relationship, I've also understood the honesty behind him, his personality, and what he believes in doing. He is really seeking to quantify and to bring about truthfulness in such an essential way that people in the world can really believe and have another uplifting or a higher level of consciousness to themselves, and to help solve their own problems and propagate this for others as well. On integrity, we've discussed many things about practical issues of the organization, but he's constantly looking for the highest standards possible to apply, to promulgate, to teach, and to have others follow. Now, sometimes the discussions and the topics are serious in nature, but we do have a chance sometimes to have some levity. Those that know Dr. Masters, I mean, you can have a very serious conversation, but if something is of levity or brings about laughter, I mean, we laugh. And that's one thing I've learned from Dr. Masters. The world is very serious. He takes things very seriously, but, you know, we can have a good laugh sometime. And over the years, we've had some good laughs, and it's really helped me in really understand the world. It is serious, however, we can laugh about it and still maintain our integrity, our honesty, and continue forward. As many of you know, metaphysics is an ancient concept, but it does relate to something beyond the physical and a comprehensive means of improving one's soul and person. There have been other organizations and or traditionalists, so to speak, that have really not understood metaphysics, and they've generated ignorance, intolerance, bias, and discrimination. Now, in our practical world today, the legal system, so-called, is really trying to placate or neutralize these things. And in doing so, this is an effort to bring about some kind of harmonization between the others who don't understand and the others who do, and then those that seek to perpetuate metaphysics in this environment. However, it is really the universality of metaphysics and Dr. Masters' messages, because it's something that the world can relate to, not only nationally but internationally. That's why metaphysics has grown. It's going to continue to grow, and Dr. Masters is the vanguard in this field. But besides that, he's raising the consciousness of the world, and he's facilitating other legal and political processes in order to advance religious freedoms, of which metaphysics is a part. That's why he's so important, because he's the vanguard. He's breaking new ground. He's continuously opening up other areas and bringing in consciousness. And metaphysics is part of that, but at the same time, he's making sure that religious freedom and spirituality and improving your consciousness isn't interfered with by others or by other systems that seek to stifle it. So I'm very appreciative of having met Dr. Masters over the years, and I know the school and the church will continue to lead the way in the area of metaphysics for us and for the world to benefit by. Thank you.
I want him to do my eulogy. Not anytime soon. Most of the artists, or probably all of the artists that you're hearing tonight, started out at a very young age doing what they do. The person I'm going to introduce to you now actually has been singing longer than you've been doing your ministry. And that's going to be hard to believe when you see her. Please welcome Reverend Donna Theodore.
Yes, sir. You got it. Freedom ain't a state like Maine or Virginia. Freedom ain't across some county line. Freedom is a flame that burns within you. Freedom's in the state of mind. Freedom, 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 freedom. Freedom is a flame that burns within you. Freedom's in the state of mind. La, 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 la. Freedom ain't a boat that's leaving without you. Freedom ain't a place you float to find. Freedom is the how you think about you. Freedom's in the state of mind. Freedom, 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 freedom. Freedom is the how you think about you. Freedom's in the state of mind. You can't get to freedom by riding on a train. The only way to freedom is right on through your brain. Whoa, 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 whoa. Freedom is a notion sweeping the nation. Freedom is the right of all mankind. Freedom is a body's imagination. Freedom's in the state of mind. Freedom, 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 freedom. Freedom is the sometimes occupation. Freedom's in the state. Freedom is a full-time occupation. Freedom's in the state of mind. Yes. Freedom is in the state of mind. And I forgot my lyrics. Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Donna Theodore, for those of you who don't know me, and that would be most of you in the audience tonight. So I just wanted to tell you that. And I also wanted to tell you that because my legal name is Donna Glory Theodore. And when I got my master's in metaphysics, I finally understood why I had the middle name Glory. Because I call myself the Reverend Donna Glory. There you go. I mean, come on. I cannot tell you how happy I am, how happy we are. My husband, who's sitting right here, Mr. Don Martin, and we have done everything together, well, for the last almost 16 years. I want to say that the only thing I know to say, Dr. Masters, about you is personal, because everything I study, metaphysically speaking, I am always looking for that personal experience, that knowing for myself. And I can only tell you that I know that you have changed the lives of everyone in this room and all over the world. My personal experience with you is you have allowed me, at this stage of my life, Don and I both, to be able to express ourselves with the kind of passion that we feel about the most important things in our lives. For me, that's music and metaphysics. It's just as simple as that. And in 1975, I starred in a show on Broadway called Shenandoah, which I did this song every night for 2.5 years, called Freedom. It was about the Civil War, of course, and about freeing the slaves. However, I always knew there was something bigger about the lyric of this song. Freedom ain't a state like Maine or Virginia. Freedom's in the state of your mind. And I always knew that I somehow would be able to incorporate this. I have been studying science of mind, metaphysics, basically since around 1978, but I could never get credentials because I was always on the road. I had to make a living. I wanted to make a living in that way, and I did. But at a certain point, metaphysics became even more important to me than my music, but I had no way to let people know that I had the credentials for this. And one day I'm in Los Angeles and I look up at a billboard and there is a University of Metaphysics called 818, so forth, so on. And I went, oh great, I can like take a summer course or something like that. Another summer course. And I called up and they said, oh no, this is, you can do your homework on the road. And that is precisely what we did. I was still on the road at that time in a professional career, and all I wanted was to be able to combine these two things that I am so passionate about. And we had the opportunity through getting the credentials. Thank you to you for that. And it had changed the course of my life and our path. It is the path that we are on and that I know that I will be on because it is the most important path. And I just want to say thank you for that because I could not have gotten it any other way. It's just as simple as that. I would have had to have been in seminary or renting one of those wagons or something for 30 years while I was trying, and I just knew I wasn't going to do that. I'm a pretty spoiled little girl in show business, as they say. So thank you. I cannot tell you how we thank you. And it is working, and it has been working, and I know it will only get better and better each and every day. I was told that you requested this next song, but it is a combination of one of the songs Dr. Masters requested, Imagine, and it is my very favorite medley to sing, period, in my life right now. The other song is a song by Jacques Brel called If We Only Have Love. And I believe in my heart and soul, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. That's all we really need. religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one. If we only have love, then tomorrow will dawn, and the days of our years will rise on that morn. If we only have love to embrace without fears, we can kiss with our eyes, we can sleep without fears. If we only have love with our arms open wide, then the young and the old will stand at our side. If we only have love, love that's falling like rain, then the parched desert earth will grow green again. If we